Well, we have sugar and spice, but we're going to see if it's everything nice, along with our by Terry Hyaluronic Serum Concealer. Today we're going to learn all about those new products with me, Rebecca. I am a fashion and beauty editor who has spent over 20 years in the trenches of this industry, but I have brought not fit for print, get it, for print, beauty here to YouTube so that you have a little bit of a live beauty magazine to look at every day or so here on YouTube. All right, let's get into it. We have some new products here. We are going to start with a wear test, which we're actually in the middle of. But I have been playing with this off and on for a few days because I'm backed up with new product here. This is a brand new product from By Terry. We love By Terry. This is their Hyaluronic Serum Concealer. It is $47. Has only 12 shades, but they're very, very stretchy, buildable, skin-like. Says that it lasts for 24 hours. I've been playing with it, and I'll show you a little bit of a wear test today, which we're in the middle of, but I'll also report I've been using it other days. You might have even seen it listed in some other videos. If I listed it, sometimes I keep quiet about that when I'm testing it, but you know. I'll let you know what that is, but you'll also see it before your eyes. It's creamy and lightweight and brightens and hydrates. I got too light of a shade yet again, but it's not really causing any problems. So we're going to talk all about that. And of the 12 shades, I got the shade 5, and it looks like I could have gone about 3 shades deeper, but it's really not a problem. Not like that Dolce & Gabbana foundation when it's all over your face and it looks like some sort of a white mask, you know. This one isn't as bad, but it is too light. But it is shade 5, so don't get that if you are my skin twin. This is a really nice doe foot. They're really proud of this. It's a really kind of thin, easy to work with doe foot. This is, let's put it on the concealer spectrum. If you don't know what the concealer spectrum is, that is me comparing concealers to other concealers you might know. Because I bet you, you tend to like the same type of concealer all the time, right? All right, so there are 2 factors when we compare concealers. There is the thickness of the actual product and then the coverage. And they can be different, especially with today's technology. Most of the concealers we've been seeing a lot are kind of medium in consistency and medium to full in coverage. This one is about as light as you can get while still having very full coverage. So this is a little bit lighter even than the Armani Power Fabric, which usually is my lightest weight concealer. This spreads, it is serum-like, so it spreads pretty much like the Westman Atelier, if you have that concealer, but it covers a little better than the Westman Atelier and lasts a little longer. The serum concealers, which is the new, you know, we've had serum foundations. The serum concealers, to me, their fault is that they soak into the skin and disappear. And I'm not a massive fan of the Westman Atelier. Some of you love it. This has the thinness of the Westman Atelier. It's got a little more coverage, and I think it lasts a little bit longer, but that is the feel I would describe it as, but a little bit fuller coverage, actually. And I like it for that. It does tend to pick and cling to dry spots, which we will talk about a little more later. We also have to talk about some new eyeshadow palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. We have the Mini Sugar and we have the Mini Spice. These are each $29. The Sugar has cool shades. We're going to look at these outside in the warm California sunshine, but let me show it to you first. Now, beware, this one came really broken. Really broken. This is the Cool palette. It came broken, but I've already emailed Anastasia Beverly Hills and they're already sending a new one. I pressed it back in as best I could, but let me tell you, it is an absolute mess. We're going to work with it in today's video because the new one isn't here yet, but because I don't want to wait any longer. I'm starting to get so backed up with new product that it's almost like it's too late to talk about it, or feels too late to talk about it. So I just wanted to get it up there. I reviewed the Cool Tone Mario palette yesterday and actually really liked it. I don't tend to like cool tones on me, but I actually really liked it. This is starting to get a bit frosty. When they're frosty and cool, it loses me. It doesn't look that good on me. But let me show you what we got. I know we got a mess here. We're going to look at it outside. But if you can just kind of look at some of these shades here, we have some mattes that are, you know, really nice here. I'll just kind of show you what these look like. That Mario palette really has a beat in terms of intensity, but I sometimes don't mind if I have to build something. Sometimes that's kind of nice. Here are these messy glitter shades. They're messy only because they're broken. And there they are, swatched ones. Very pretty. But you know, you do have to build them a little bit, but it's okay. They're a little bit powdery, so were the Marios, but only because they're finely milled. And then I'll show you these three down here. I'm cleaning my hands off camera. This one being the most interesting, we'll use it in the demo. It is kind of a glittery brown. It's really pretty, actually. And I'll show you that in a moment outside, but let's take a look at our mini spice here. This one, I like the demo of a little bit more. This, a lot of people are comparing to Lawless, or they are comparing it to even I Need a Nude. People are really loving this more than they're loving the sugar. People just tend to like warm shades a little bit more, I think, and this one did not arrive broken, so it's a little easier to work with. And just showing you some of the shades here. Again, not packing as much of a punch if you saw my live swatches with Mario. And here are two of the kind of metallic shades. Not packing as much of a punch is not a negative statement, by the way. I don't mind building things, to be honest with you. I really don't mind building shades up. I don't. So let's take a look at these swatched in the warm California sunshine, because that might give you a better idea of what you're looking at here. Here we are. We got the mini spice on the left, obviously, and that mini sugar is on the right. These are $29, and might I add, they are limited edition palettes. So take a look at those outside in the warm California sunshine. Really pretty, easy to work with. Feels like Anastasia Beverly Hills is back to what they were. For a while, they kind of went off on the Norvina tangent, which was just like festival type shades, and it was a bit much, frankly, for my taste. I think they did well with it for a time, but it slowed them down. It looks like they're kind of back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills we all really liked a while ago, and these are really pretty, mini spice and mini sugar, and might float your boat for the minis, because minis are fun. $29, but limited edition for sure. Okay, I want to now go to the demos. I am rethinking the way we do ingredients around here, so that is why that's missing. But we're now going to go to the demos. We'll do the cool first, the mini sugar first, and then we will end with the mini spice. We're going to start here, though, with me applying the by Terry Hyaluronic Serum Concealer, so we can get a little bit of a wear test started with that. All right, make sure that you are subscribed, as that is the kindest gift that you can give to me. And let's go to those demos. I have been bragging about how well I had been bragging about how well I've been doing at choosing shades online. And then came the incident with the Dolce & Gabbana, the Dolce & Gabbana foundation, which was like not just a shade too light, but probably 3 or 4. And I believe I've done it again with our by Terry Hyaluronic Serum Concealer. But we're going to try it. I have been playing with this a little bit off camera because I have such a stockpile of products right now that I'm not getting to them all. And I've been playing with it a little bit. It's not too bad because we're going to use it as a concealer. We'll see. Nature has provided us with a blemish right there, like a third eye. So I'll put that on there, and then I'll do the rest of the face here. Like you can see, this is actually a little too neutral, a little olivey for me, and too light. But we're going to blend it in, and it should be okay. I am hesitant, as you know, with a complexion product that we're testing, I'm hesitant to combine it with powders, sprays, primers, and in this case, foundation, because that adds another element in. Can you take me seriously talking to you with half my face polka dotted? It adds another element in, and I just want to see how this behaves on its own. This is so thin, as you can see, I blended in there, that it shouldn't really be a problem that it's too light, actually. And I have been testing it myself over foundation and under foundation, and it's been fine. It's way too light, but it's not the same effect that we had with the Dolce & Gabbana foundation the other day, which I absolutely love but cannot return. So I am mixing it with the De-Bronzy drops from Drunk Elephant, and it's working. I have to get the ratio right, but let me just put it this way. I'm using a lot of the debronzy drops. Okay, oh, that covered that up nicely. Okay. So I'm a bit like a jigsaw puzzle here on my face. It's a little too light, but with some bronzer, we should be fine. This will be a product I can use. The Dolce & Gabbana I can't use without the Drunk Elephant debronzy drops. But this, if it's put with a concealer, if it's put with a foundation that's the right shade, it really, honestly, it's fine. Concealer shades don't panic me too much. And this one it's just a really, really nice, very thin consistency, which we spoke about at the intro. And here you go. Let's take a look here. You know I always talk about this, which is the Deep Dark Pits of Despair. How do you think they've been eliminated here on my eye? What do you think? Let me take a look. A lot better. Anything is better than what I have going, but it's also covered the blemish very nicely. And it is such a serum-like, skin-like texture and finish that it's really easy to wear and you don't feel it on your skin at all. All right, I'll finish doing this and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, I can do a shorter wear test. I want to do a wear test so you guys can actually physically see the results, but I don't have to do 12 hours or anything like that because I have been playing around with this in other days, so I actually have that knowledge already. But what I will do still is wait about 2 hours. I'll put on a little bit of other makeup, and then I'll wait about 2 hours and come back to do our first Anastasia palette, and that will at least let you kind of see how things are going, and then I'll try to wait an hour or so more, just so you can kind of see how it progresses. But the rest of that I can let you know because I've been playing with it. So, well, I'll see you in a few hours. It's been 2 hours, so I want to show you. I have a little bit of makeup, very light, gently over the by Terry product, but I want to just kind of show you before we try on one of our Anastasia palettes. I just want to show you kind of what's happening. This is an extremely light, kind of viscous concealer, but the one thing I will tell you is it does like to cling to dry patches. So, here around the corners of my mouth, I had to kind of, check that out a little bit. And it does, while it purports to be hydrating, it does like, if you've got some dry patches on your skin, it's going to find them. It's very thin, it's very stretchy, it's very nice, and it's extremely comfortable, but you got to kind of moisturize before you use it. If you have, I was going to say if you have extremely dry skin, but it's really not about that. You could have even oilier skin. If you get dry patches, and trust me, I would have told you before I tried this concealer that I don't have any dry patches, but if you do, it's going to find them and point them out to you. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind. But it's stretchy, it's comfortable, it's nice and thin, and still really, really high coverage. Thinnest concealer I can think of with super high coverage. So just kind of keep that in mind, okay? That I do have to sometimes go, look at that. Like kind of, Okay, let's take a look at our Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes. I have no mascara, no eyeliner on, because I thought we would do both eyes with the Sugar palette, which is the, as you know, cooler toned palette. And then I'll take that off, and the Spice will get the benefit of the eyeliner and the mascara. Now, why am I doing the Sugar palette dirty? Well, first of all, it's broken, which is always a turnoff. As I told you, they're sending more. And secondly, I don't always look great in cool palettes. I did enjoy the Mario palette, but, Okay. So I'm going to take this here. Ugh, it's such a mess. Yuck. And let's just go into this one first. I don't know how much of this blue glitter I'm going to end up getting on myself. It's really impossible to use, but at least we're going to kind of get a good idea of what it looks like here. Putting that on there. We'll do 2 different eye looks. Okay. This is, if you're playing along at home, a Rephr number 15 brush. I'll tell you, they're a little bit powdery because they're finely milled, but these are beautifully performing shadows, and they're really fun. And I mean, the price is good too, really. Okay, going across the top here. All of these are kind of purpley shades, so not only is this buying into the cool palette trend. It's always also the purple trend. There's a lot of kind of cool purples. Natasha, I'm looking at you. Okay, and let me just go ahead. This one that's not broken here, speaking of purple, and just kind of put that on like that. I don't love myself in these kind of cool shades. Only, you know, it's a me thing, guys. Just not that flattering. I did like the Mario though. But when they get icy cool, that's the thing about the Mario is they weren't icy cool. They were neutral cool, and I do well with that. Icy cool, not so much. All right, let's go ahead and go in here now for this eye, and I'll just put this kind of in the outer corner. Again, it's going purpley. That's fine. This shade here, I'm just trying to use a bunch of them. Again, not trying to do a look so much as just trying to see if we like the shadows at all. That's really pretty. How about this one right here? This is a Rougher number 1 brush, of course, my absolute favorite. And I'm going ahead and just putting this super dark purpley brown on right on the mobile lid. Why? I don't know. Why not? I just wanted to try a really deep dark look. And we'll blend that with this Rougher number 1, a clean one. Lots of Rougher number 1s around these parts because it is my favorite rougher brush. And let's go over it. Oh, there's stuff dripping everywhere. With this pink. So we have a kind of a brown and pink look. And the reason I did the dark brown everywhere is I wanted to put this pink over it and see what it looked like. I just went to town because I know I'm going to take it off, you know. But it's very, very pretty. It's just a bit of a mess right now. They have rectified it already. They're sending out a new one. And it is falling everywhere. And I don't think this is my look. I just don't. I think your guys, I like the look of those cool shades better, but when they get icy, they really don't look good on me. And I think I just look better in the warmer shades, but I suppose you will be able to tell me that. So what I'm going to do is just take this off. I'm going to be careful not to go under the eye where we are letting the concealer sit. And then I'll show you, I'll try to wait about an hour. So we have another hour wear test. And then I'll talk to you about how this product wears when I do wear it all day long, because I have. Okay, stay right there. All right, starting with looking at 4 hours at this point of wear with the concealer, which I understand is not a very long test, but I have worn it for much longer. We'll get into that. It is looking good. It is still covering really nicely. I made sure not to disturb it when I just gently took off the Sugar palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I think it's holding up really, really well. As I said in the intro, it very much has the consistency of the Westman Atelier, which is also a serum concealer. So that's probably why. Very thin, but I think more coverage. I think it lasts longer, on me anyway, than the Westman Atelier. But the one thing is, and the Westman does not do this, it can find those dry spots. Other than that, it's a very, very nice concealer. And if you like By Terry, by the way, no scent to this. Sometimes By Terry has a rose scent, not in their concealer. Okay, let's go ahead then and try the Spice palette. You already saw the mini Sugar. They're replacing that. Let's do 2 looks here. This is a Rougher 1 Max. And let's go ahead and do that here. I'm just going to cover the whole eye with this on this side. And then go in here, keeping the same brush, and we'll just do the outer corner. You see this already, I feel more, I don't know if it looks better on me or if I just feel more comfortable in it, or a little bit of both, but it's definitely there. Okay, let's keep that same brush going right here. And yes, the brush will mix it a little bit. I'm okay with that. And that's, I think, a really pretty look. Look at that. I'll flip that brush over because it's a big, big, fat brush, so I can do a lot with it. And then if I take this Rougher number 2, let's go ahead and take this kind of peachy shade right here and just kind of put that into the inner corner and onto the mobile lid just a little bit. Yeah, that's really pretty. I am attracted to the cool shades, but they don't always look the best on me. Okay, let's get this brush hair off my lip gloss. And I'm going to switch to a 14 Max and go into this shade here, which we haven't used yet. Very similar to that shade. and just kind of go into the crease with that little deeper shade. Ooh, pretty. How about this shade right here? I know I touched that one too, but that's okay. We'll all survive. Nobody got hurt. Okay. I've left this space open in the middle, and I think I want to do this. Ooh, that's pretty. This is very kind of like holiday warm. And a lot of people are enjoying this. I couldn't help but see some. Go into this middle kind of duochrome here. A golden. I couldn't help but see some reviews. Look at that for a party. What do you think? A little bit of fallout with this palette. This is a fluffier brush, and that could be why. But I noticed it with the sugar palette as well. And I don't know if the sugar palette is, frankly, just because still I haven't got my replacement yet, so the shades are so broken and crumbly, and that could be why, which would be unfair of me to accuse it of, but a little bit of fallout. Fallout doesn't bother me. Blue fallout would, but a little bit gold on the cheeks doesn't bother me, so I'm probably not the one to ask about it. I think these are beautifully performing. And if you like those kind of frosty, pale, cool shades, I think the sugar might be just up your alley. For me, this is great for $29. Not too expensive. Nice for travel, not too thick, easy to pack, really pretty. And for the holidays can be amped up a lot. I don't know if I would wear that look to work, but you do you. You know, so really good. Yeah, Anastasia, I like their little minis that they're doing, limited edition or not. I like them. I haven't ever heard anyone really have problems with them, but you need to tell me if you tried it. And in terms of the concealer, if you like that really thin, if you're like me and you like that really thin consistency of the Westman Atelier, but you'd like it to cover a little more and last a little longer, try this by Terry Hyaluronic Serum Concealer for $47. Just make sure you get your shade right. Really doesn't make a difference to me, but, you know, it's not ideal at all. Hey, I'm making do with that Dolce & Gabbana. Boy, I'm really making that darker, and I'm enjoying it. Even why not, right? Why not? All right, let me know what you purchased, what you didn't. Check below for information on where to purchase all this, and where I can, I'll throw it right up here in YouTube shopping. Changing the set around up here a little bit. You guys can tell me what you think. You can also tell me what you think and speak directly back and forth with me over on our Facebook group. Helen runs that, but I do come over there and check it out as much as I possibly can. It's free. Plus, we do have a membership here on YouTube. $4.99 a month, that one is. But we have weekly lives, and we have a lot of fun. And you'll see all that information down below. Plus, you can follow me over on TikTok, Instagram, Threads. Give super thanks, always appreciated. All that good stuff, and that information will be below. Make sure that you like, share, and of course subscribe. And I look forward to seeing all of you. We got so much more new stuff coming up. So I look forward to seeing all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.